Hi friends, good evening. I'm sorry I'm so late tonight. I've had lots of homework to do. Both my boys, I have my own homework I'm doing. So it just got carried away and then I realized it was so late and I hadn't put my video up. And I noticed that my video from Friday was not yet put up for some reason. So you guys are gonna have two videos today, my Friday video and today's video to check out. Today is Monday. It is April 27th. We're almost to the end of April. We only have 1, 2, 3, 4 more days left of April. So today is Monday, April 27th, 2020. Nothing special happening this week except we have a first quarter moon on Thursday. So it'll look like, if you remember, just a half a moon on Thursday if you look up in the sky. It's really only a quarter of it. So we only see a fourth of it in the sky. And I wanted to show you guys, last week we used our food scraps to grow some new food, and my lettuce is already growing. I got to clean the water out because the outside does get kind of gross. But my lettuce is starting to grow, if you can see that. New lettuce is growing from the bottom. And so I'm going to let that sit for another week or two, and then we'll start to see some lettuce that we can use in our salads. And I've been making some yummy wraps recently. They've been delicious. And that's a way to do it. Now my eggshells haven't started growing at all anymore, or growing yet. So as soon as they do, I'll show you guys that too. This week our letter is the letter X, and let me see if I can move you guys so we can see it better. Move you up a little bit. Letter X is super easy, and I think you guys are going to be so proud of yourselves for doing this. It's going to start with, we just need 2 big lines. 2 big lines, and they're diagonal again. Remember, the diagonals don't go straight. They go like a slide. So we're going to start with our smile. We're going to go 1 diagonal line down like that. And then we're gonna go right over the top with the other one going the opposite way. So one goes to the right, the other goes to the left. And these are super easy to draw too. And I know you guys like making X marks the spot, treasure maps and stuff. So we're gonna start at our smile from the top, go all the way down to the other side. And then we're gonna frog jump to this side at the top and go down, down, down to the other side. Look how easy that was. Super easy. X is a tough one to figure out some words. We got xylophone. Xylophone doesn't really sound like an X, but it actually is one of those cool musical instruments that you can hit with a mallet and play. And it has different notes and stuff on there. X-ray starts with an X. Maybe you guys can come up with some other words and let me know. And I'll look it up too and see what other words I can find with the letter X. That's a tough one. So this week I thought we could do all about bugs. Since it's getting kind of warmer out, bugs are coming out. Even with the rain and stuff, you'll get to see more like worms coming out. And other bugs. I spilled some oil on my patio and the ants are coming out to try and eat it. So there's a whole colony of ants on my patio trying to eat this oil that I left there. And lots of other bugs I've seen. The bumblebees are coming out, honeybees. And I had some big carpenter bees. They're the big ones that are really fuzzy looking. They like to burrow into my stone house and the wood all around it. So that's always fun. But there's lots of bugs coming out now. So I thought maybe all week this week we could learn about bugs. And insects. Insects are really cool because you know what? All insects have 6 legs. Oop. And they have 6 legs. Spiders, on the other hand, have 8 legs. And I have something very special. It's one of my pets in my house. I know you guys know Lola, my crazy dog, but I also have Bonnie. I used to have Clyde. He's not alive anymore. And then I have Billy and Jean, and they are my Madagascar hissing cockroaches. So I brought them in here so I could share with you guys. Let me see if I can show you. They're kind of hanging out in the corner, and it was actually really cool. Ooh, this morning. I did bring these into school before, but I don't know if you guys were in my class. They're hanging out down there. There's 3 of them. One is kind of buried in the back. They like to huddle around in the corner. And it was actually really cool this morning. You can kind of see. That's Bonnie there. She was laying an egg sack this morning. Ooh. There she is. In the cage. And it was actually really cool. It looked like she was kind of going poopy. And it was a really long yellow egg sac. So I should have some new little roaches very soon. They did have babies before. And unfortunately, they did not survive. And I think I might. Nope, that's just a little piece of paper. I can't get them out. They're really huddled in there. I wanted to try and take one out because now they're a little bit more used to me, but when I first got them and I would pet them or hold them, they would hiss. And that's where they get that hissing, the Madagascar hissing cockroach name. It's just like a defense mechanism if they're kind of scared or nervous. You guys can't really see too well, huh? If they get scared or nervous, they give out a hissing sound to try to tell you like, hey, back off. But now they're getting more used to me, so they don't hiss as much anymore. Yeah, they know that I'm not gonna hurt them or do anything to them to make them nervous. It's really cool though. I have a special food that I feed them. It's just like a cornmeal type of food that I buy from the pet store. And then do you know what they also like to eat? And it looks like a few of these bites have been nibbled already. Dog food. So it totally comes in handy because I have Lola with her dog food and she doesn't mind sparing a few little kibble bites, but they do like to eat dog food. I give them some things to hide in. They have their little cave back here, but they've been hanging out in the corner there, and I think it was because they were getting ready for the egg sacs to come. And then they just have like a little dish with a paper towel in there that I put the water on to make sure that they get the water they need. Madagascar cockroaches, hissing cockroaches are really cool because they're actually really clean. And there's no really disease or anything you can get from them. They're not like the roaches you would find that you don't want in your house, or some people might not want them in their house. But they're actually really cool little creatures. And, oh, very heavy little aquarium here. But that's Bonnie there. And if you look down, there's Billy and Jean back there. Just they're all hanging out. If you see up here, I have this little Vaseline or petroleum jelly up top because they do like to climb and they could get out. But once they get on here, and you can see their little scratch marks from their legs and their antenna, they slide so they can't get out. But those are my other pets besides Lolo that I have in the house. And they're pretty cool. I've had them almost 2 years. And I know some of my friends got to meet them before when I brought them into school. They were gonna be school pets, but Miss Erin, when she was with us, was not too fond of them. Which I can understand. But now they're my pets here. So maybe when we get back to school, I'll bring them in to visit one day and you guys can check them out because they're pretty neat. So today we're gonna make our own bugs, and we are gonna use for the first type of bugs. I have fingerprint stamps. So you just need some stamp pads, ink pads. You could also use finger paint if you want. You'll just have to wait for it to dry a little bit longer. And then just markers to finish them up, to add their little feet and everything. And I'll show you in just a second. So you just need a piece of paper too. And I'm gonna bring you a little closer again, okay? Oh. So, piece of paper. We're gonna dip our fingers Just gonna do one at a time, okay? Into the colors you want. I wanna make a green bug. Green's my favorite color. I'm gonna make a couple green ones and some blue, some light blue. Then we could do orange. And this thing has a cool little sponge in the middle that you can clean your fingers off. Here's some purple. Purple's nice and dark. And red. We'll do all the rainbow colors, huh? Red. Ooh. And yellow. So we got, those are gonna be your bug bodies. And then I'm just gonna wipe my finger off. It's handy to have these wipes around if you can spare them. Or you can go wash your hands. I just wanna get quicker here. I'll wash my hands when I'm all done, okay? And then you're just gonna use your markers to finish the rest of their bodies. So I'm gonna use some pink, blue, green. I'm not gonna finish them all. I'll finish them later and then I'll show you guys tomorrow. But so here I got this big guy. I'm gonna give him 6 legs because insects have 6 legs. So we're gonna do 3 on each side. 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna give him a little antennas and little eyes. You could give him a little smile too if you want. And there's the little body. You can make a butterfly, add some wings. And butterflies have nice antennas. A little smile. And then you can use your different colors to kind of give them some spots. You could make a dragonfly. Dragonflies have different wings. They're like long wings. And they have a cool little, I'm pretty sure I'm doing that right. But they also have 6 legs. And of course a smile. And how about maybe a bumblebee? I'm gonna make this guy here a bumblebee. I'm gonna put his little wings to the side. So he does have 2 wings. They're not on the same side, but I'm gonna show it so he's kind of on the side here. And a little smile, and then I'm gonna give him some stripes too. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 little legs. So I'll finish in the rest of these guys and I'll show you that tomorrow. Can you see my little bugs here? So that's a fun way you can create your own bugs. And then I brought some things in from outside, from nature, that we can use to make bugs too. Some sticks and some leaves. And you know what? I'm gonna leave my markers out because we're gonna need those for that too. Now for this, I would recommend using glue to glue your pieces. I'm gonna move this over too. If you glue your pieces onto your paper, then it'll be a little bit easier and they'll probably stay a little better. But so I can do it quickly because I didn't glue them ahead of time. I am going to use some tape. So I got a stick. I'm gonna break it down just a little bit so we can put some more stuff on there. And there's actually a cool bug called a stick bug, and he looks like a stick if you see him. And I'm just gonna tape that the best I can on there. And then I got some different leaves. Thought this leaf would make a pretty cool little ladybug. And I have some leaves to make a butterfly. Now you can use leaves that have fallen off your tree already. I didn't have many out there that weren't like crushed up still. So I found some weeds that I got these leaves from. And I'm gonna make my butterfly like this, I think. So you can put your things on however you want to. And I have one more. To either you can make a worm out of it or you could make I'm gonna make a caterpillar, I think. I just got a really fat piece of grass. And can I show you really quick, if you, and I know we've done this before at school on the playground, if you find a really fat piece of grass and you put it between your fingers like this, and then it's got to be really tight in there. And let me see if I can get it to work. Oh, hold on. Might not work with this piece. Isn't that cool? It makes some cool sounds with just a blade of grass. So there is he's gonna be my little caterpillar or centipede. I don't know if the tape will stick to him. Let's see. Stick him up. Oh, that's stuck. So then you're just gonna use your markers to finish off the rest of your body. So this is my little stick guy. I'm gonna give him some legs. He's got 6 legs too. He still looks like a stick. And then I'm gonna give him some fun little eyes that come off like this. And then this one is gonna be my ladybug. I do not have a black marker, but I'm gonna do this anyway. We're gonna put some spots. Oh, and these are very fragile leaves. They're tearing a little bit, so I'm gonna be really gentle. And then there's the top. And her legs too, or his. It can be a boy ladybug, of course. And then we have our butterfly. So I'm gonna give the butterfly his body in between. This almost looks like a dragonfly too with the way the wings are, huh? But we can put some designs on the leaf. And what's really cool about butterflies is that what's on one leaf is on the opposite. They're symmetrical. So it's the same, just on the opposite leaf. There's my butterfly, and then here's my little caterpillar. I'm gonna give him lots of little legs on the bottom. Caterpillars turn into, does anybody know? It's another bug on my paper here. And I'm gonna give him a little extra head up here so we can add a little smile. Caterpillars turn into butterflies. And now I just ordered some caterpillars and I'm hoping they come soon so we can watch them grow on the videos here. So these are some different ways you can make some bugs with your fingerprints, and then also with some different pieces of nature. What is happening with my markers here? Some different pieces of nature you can bring in from outside if you get outside and go for a walk, or if you're in your backyard, if you're able to. You can check out what you can see, and I'll bring you guys closer here. And you can make your own cool bugs. So those are my 2 projects for today. I got a couple books to read to you, and then I will say goodnight. Sorry guys. I will say goodnight and I will see you tomorrow, but I have these books first. They're pretty short books. We are going a little late here. It's called Underground, and the author is Denise Fleming. And I'm not sure. Let's see if she illustrated it too. Oh, it's a little sticky here. Oh, I think she might be the illustrator too. Oh, it says here that the illustrations were created by pulp painting. That's pretty cool. So she used stencils, and it looks like maybe she soaked her paper, her different colored paper, and then put it into the stencils, and that's pretty neat. It says it's for her sister Rochelle, so she dedicated this book. Low down. I think that Robin's looking for. There's some bunnies. Way down. I see some bugs, butterflies. And it looks like a little beetle and a ladybug. Underground. Some grubs and ants. What has he got? He has a worm. Creatures dig. We have a bunny and we have a mole. There's some worms and ants, lots of bugs that live underground and run around. All kinds of stuff here. Looks like mole or mice babies. There's a fox underground. Foxes burrow deep underground. He found an anthill. Past highways and byways. Isn't that cool? There's like a little whole tunnel system underground. These are chipmunks. These are flower bulbs. So they go underground and then they come up every spring. And this guy's a groundhog. He likes to live underground. Squirmways and wormways. That's right. Worms go underground and they leave all these little tunnels, which actually helps the earth a little bit. Worms, do you know what they do? Is they eat the dirt and then they poop it out. And it's really good fertilizer for all of your stuff. So it's really good when you see worms and find them in your garden outside. Digging furrows and burrows. There's some eggs down there. Oh, it's a turtle laying eggs underground. And there's that mole again. He likes to dig, 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 dig. Round roots and bones. Oh, who likes to dig holes and put bones in the ground? Sometimes dogs do. And these are roots from a tree. Rocks and stones. We'll find lots of rocks and big stones when you dig underground. This guy looks like he's planting a plant of some kind. You see that? There's that chipmunk again. Funneling, tunneling. Look at all the baby bunnies. Oh, what is that? It looks like, oh, you know what these guys are? They're yellow jackets, and so they're not very nice. So if you see yellow jackets, you want to go the other way. They burrow underground. They're also called paper wasps, I believe, but they make their nest underground. And if you step near it or you disturb it, they do like to bite and sting. My son Jasper had to actually go to the hospital last year because he got bit by one of them, and they left some kind of he was poison. He was allergic to it in some way. And he had all these blisters all over his leg, and it was kind of gross. So if you see these guys, you want to go the other way, okay? They're not very nice. Working their way through sand and clay. Ooh, look at the little spider. He's digging a hole, and it looks like he did a little web over top of the hole, maybe to catch some bugs to eat. He's planting a Bing cherry tree and watering it. Pretty cool. Worms down here. Deep, deep down. Low down, way down. There's his cherry tree. There's a squirrel. Oh, he found some acorns. Underground. There's so much stuff that's under the ground that you're walking around on just in your backyard. There's creatures like moles and chipmunks. Mice live under there, foxes. There's all kinds of bugs. There's ants that live underground, worms. We saw some spiders, those nasty, mean yellow jackets. We have some grubs. These guys will turn into something else. They're like a larva, which is an insect lays an egg, and then it turns into a larva, and then it turns into the adult bug. So they could be beetles or even ants or something. Pretty cool to think about all the things that are underground. And yet, look, these are their yellow jackets. It says, if disturbed, yellow jackets become very angry and they will just come after you. That's pretty neat. Oh, it also says there was garter snakes. I didn't see the snakes in the book. We'll have to go back another time and see that. That's pretty cool. You can find lots of different things underground if you go out and dig, or if you're planting a garden. If mommy and daddy let you dig at all, there's lots of different things that you can find that live beneath the ground. And I think we have time. This is a quick book. This is one of my favorites. I really like the pictures in this book because they're all like real life pictures. It's called Step Gently Out. And it is by Helen Frost and Rick Leader. So those are the authors. And I believe, let me check it out. Yep, so Helen Frost wrote the words and Rick Leader actually took the pictures. These are actual pictures in the story. And they're really cool because they're really up close pictures of all these different types of bugs. And you'll see why this is one of my favorites. Step gently out. That is one of my favorite bugs. It's called a praying mantis. And he's sitting on some little daisies, it looks like. Be still and watch a single blade of grass. That's a caterpillar. A cool looking caterpillar, huh? Usually you want to kind of stay away from caterpillars that look like this because they could be poisonous and they could irritate your skin and hurt you. But they're cool to look at from afar. Oh, an ant climbs up to look around. There he is down there. And a honeybee flies past. Honeybees are my favorite bug. And do you know that Miss Melissa's name means sweet as a honeybee? I think that might be why I like bees and honey so much. A cricket leaps and lands and then sits back and sings. That's pretty cool to get a picture like that of a cricket. Do you guys remember our crickets we had in our classroom? And we were listening to them chirp at nap time. A moth flies in and comes to rest with open wings. So this is how you can tell the difference between a moth and a butterfly, and it's really cool. If you look at their antenna, a moth has antenna that kind of looks fuzzy, a little funky looking, huh? They look like feathers or leaves. And butterflies are just straight without that fancy stuff. A spider spins a silken thread and steps across the air. That's spider. It's pretty neat if you watch a spider building its web. It looks like it's just kind of walking on air because sometimes you can't really see the webbing. Oh, praying mantis is looking at you. Do you know she's there? These guys really use their camouflage too. They kind of look like leaves or sticks. It's really hard to see them sometimes. But once you see them, they're really cool. Balanced lightly on a leaf. It's a wasp. Bathed in golden light. Look at the ant inside the flower. I love these pictures. Flashing, look, I'm over here as evening turns to light. You guys know what that guy is? He comes out in the summertime. You see him lighting up all over the backyard. He's a lightning bug or a firefly. And it's really pretty neat. Their whole back of their body lights up. And you can see them blinking. These bugs are very easy to catch too, as long as you let them go. The creatures shine with stardust. Looks like a katydid or maybe a grasshopper. It looks like he might have some morning dew on him, some water. They're splashed with morning dew. And you can see that spider there. And here's his beautiful web in the morning with the dew on there. So you can really see how pretty and intricate and wonderful that is. Spiders are good because they eat the bugs. They eat the bad bugs that we don't like mosquitoes. In song and dance and stillness, they share the world with you. That's a dragonfly, I believe. There's another bird or bug. I can't think of what it's called. We'll have to look it up. But pretty neat how close up you can see the little hairs on his legs and all the different little parts of his wings. Very pretty. And there we go. It's telling us all about them. So that is actually, it's not a dragonfly. It's a damselfly. Now, dragonflies cannot fold their wings, but it says damselflies can. So we have the honeybee, the praying mantis, the tussock moth caterpillar, carpenter ant. This is a big dipper firefly, a katydid, the damselfly, cricket. This is a chickweed geometer moth, an orb weaver spider. Oh, and it was not a wasp. It was a yellow jacket. angry little bugs. It says, don't get too close to them. And that's it. There's our fireflies in the night. This is one of my absolute favorite bug books. I wish I could read it to you guys in person so you could really see those pictures, but maybe we'll check it out when we get back. I can bring it in. We'll learn more about bugs all together. So that's it for today. And I would love to see if you guys make some bugs. Send me some pictures. Email them over to me. And I love seeing everything that you do send over. So keep it coming. I love it. And I hope you guys are being good and staying healthy and safe. Listening muscles. And I will see you guys tomorrow, okay? I love you and I miss you. Bye, guys.